who by common trial, who in your merry, merry month of May, who by very slow decay, and who shall I say, is falling. And who by brave ascent, who by accident, who in solitude, who in this mirror, who by his lady's command, who by his own hand, who in mortal chains, who in power, who shall I say, who shall I say is calling? Who shall I say is calling?
I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
I hear he's very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
I hear there were but few of any sort, but none of name.
I find here that Don Pedro has bestowed much honour upon a young Florentine called Claudio.
He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know no gentleman of that name, young lady.
What's he that you asked for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all his killing.
He hath done good service in these wars. And a good officer too, young lady.
And a good officer to a young lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man, stuffed with all honourable virtues.
It is so indeed, he is no less than a stuffed man. But the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not mistake our niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Oh, very easily possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat never changes with the next block.
I see, the gentleman is not in your book.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But who is his companion now?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. It is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. He hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere it be cured.
I will hold friends with you, young lady.
Too good friend.
You'll never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approaching.
If you're here, if you're say, if you feel, if you believe.
But yours is the most interesting because
Hello.
which
Just roll now. Was an unseen shore. I move among hello. I move within you. Hello.
Good Signor Leonardo, you've come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost and you encounter.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, my lord.
Embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother has many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict. No, but then you were a child.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you would still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Is't possible? Disdain should die while she had such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict. Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat, but it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted, and I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humour for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, were it such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue,
Would you?
but keep your way, in God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade trick. I know you evolved.
Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo has invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he's no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I thank you. Your hand, Leonardo. We'll go together.
Benedict, is thou not the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I looked on her, but I noted her not.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do after my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise. Too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed of a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I would have sworn the contrary if Hero would be my wife.
It's come to this. Shall I never see a bachelor of 60 again? Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
Gentlemen, what secret held you here that he followed not to Leonardo?
He is in love with who? Now, that is your Grace's part. Mark how short the answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troth, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
But I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy. Is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his path but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a recheat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see the ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, never with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking. Hang me up at the door of the brothel house for the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, as time shall try and time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, "Here there be good horse to hire, let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict the married man."
Signor Benedict, prepare to Leonardo's and commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
Examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, now may we do good with wooing.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudia?
Oh, my lord, when you went onwards on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked her but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I have returned, and those war thoughts have left their positions vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover present, and tie the Hero with a book of words. If thou dost love the Hero, cherish it, and I'll break with her, and with her father, and thou shalt have her.
How sweetly you do minister to love, that knows love's grief by his complexion. But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have salved it with a longer treatise.
I know we shall have reveling tonight. I'll assume my part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And after to her father will I bring. And the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
By fire, by water, who in the sunshine, who in the nighttime, who by high ordeal, who by common trial, who in your merry, merry month of May, who by very slow decay, and who shall I say, is calling.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessings bring it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on to no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and claw at no man in his humor.
Yeah, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace, where it is impossible that you should take true root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain dealing villain. I'm trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, because I use it only.
News, my lord, of a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve any model to build mischief?
Marry, sir, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Marry on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
How came you to this?
I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us sit her. This shall prove food for my displeasure. That young startup had all the glory of my overthrow if I could cross him anyway. I bless myself everywhere. You sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Come, let us to the great supper. That cheer is greater that I am subdued. For the cook of my mind. Come, let us show what is to be done.
I'll wait upon your lordship.
In my secret life, in my secret life, in my secret life, in my secret.
Was not Don John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
You were an excellent fellow who were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is to like an image and says nothing, the other to like my lady's eldest son. Ever more tattling.
Then half Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth and half Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face?
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle. And money enough in his purse. Such a man would win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, thou wilt never get thee a husband, if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that has no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? No, uncle. He that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, well, I'm not for him.
In faith, she's too cursed.
Well then, go you into hell?
No, but to the gate, where the devil will meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids. So deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter. The heavens, he shows me where the bachelors sit, and there we live as merry as the day is long."
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." Yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it please me."
Daughter, you remember what I told you? If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out your answer. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a sunk pace. The first suit is hot and hasty like a Scotch jig, as full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest as a measure, full of state and ancientry, and then comes the repentance. And with his bad legs, he falls into a sunken pace faster and faster until he's sunk into his grave.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
Oh, I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Make good room.
Secret life. In my secret life. In my secret life. In my secret life.
Saw you this morning.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and smile sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, especially when I walk away.
Speak loud. You speak loud.
And I miss you so much. There's no one in
I heard you did like me.
So would not I for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry. Amen.
God, match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
You shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful. That I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. This was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them. And they laugh at him and beat him. I thought he was in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I see the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing. In my secret life. In my secret life. life. In my secret 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 life.
But one wiser remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Senior Benedict?
You know me well, I am he.
Senior,
You are very near my brother in his love.
he is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him. She's no equal for his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquets.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But here these other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent, for beauty is a witch, against whose charm faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio!
Ye the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Well, about your own business, because the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you leave me.
Alas, poor hurt foul. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. I'm not so reputed. It is the base, the bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace has got the goodwill of his young lady.
Lady Beatrice has called her. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I'd been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great Thor, huddling jest upon jest on me with such impossible conveyance that I stood like a man at a mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were possessed with all Adam had left him before he transgressed. Indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service now to the world's end? I will go now on the slightest errand to the Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. Fetch thee a tooth picker from the farthest inch of Asia. Pluck a hair off the great Cham's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies that you can devise to send me on? You have no employment for me?
None but desire good company.
Oh God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, Lady Count, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one, but marry, once he wanted of me with false dice, and therefore your grace may say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
I did so that he should not do me, lest I should prove the mother of fools. Oh, I brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I've wood in thy name, and fair hero is one. I broke with the father, and his good will obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace has made the match, and grace say, Amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
I thank it, poor fool. It keeps me on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Ah, good lord for alliance. And thus goes everyone to the world but I. And I'm sunburnt. Oh, I shall sit in the corner and cry hi-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Would you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you. For out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins! God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to those things that I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
I might troth a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then, for I've heard my daughter say that she has often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her woe is out of suit.
She's an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my Lord. If they were but a week married, they'd talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when we need to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love has all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son. Which is a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake your head at so long a brief. But I warn you, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I'll fain have it a match, and I doubt not for discussion. If you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights watching.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office to help my cousin to a good husband, my lord.
I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I will so practice on Benedict that, in spite his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
2 by 5, 2 by water, 2 in the sunshine, 2 in the nighttime, 2 by high ordeal, 2 by common trial, 2 in your merry, merry month of May, 2 by very slow decay, and who shall I say is all man.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviours to love, will after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn, by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him, but the drum and the fife. And now would he rather hear the flute and the tabor. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armour, and now will he rather lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now is he turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with those eyes? One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich shall she be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Mild, or come not near me. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what colour it please God. Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love, I'll hide me in the arbour.
Come, now we hear this music. Come, Balthasar, we'll hear that song again.
For my heart awakened, my heart awakened, my heart is waking, my heart shell is breaking.
Now divine air, now is the soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies?
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. Do one thing constant, never. Sigh not sober, let them go. And be blithe and bonny, converting all of your sounds of woe into hey, naughty, naughty. Hey, naughty, naughty.
I might trough a good song.
Oh, and an ill singer, my lord.
No, Faith. Our singer's well enough for a shift.
Had he been a dog that howled thus, they would have hanged him. And I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief.
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I never did think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should so love Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward appearances seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh, Lord, counterfeit. There was never counterfeited passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
What affects my lord? You heard my daughter tell you how.
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
How, pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this were a trick, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
He hath taken the infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, that have so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she now as she's beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there she'll sit in her smock until she's writ her letters. My daughter tells us all.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience!
Yeah, she does indeed. My daughter tells us all.
It were good that Benedict knew of it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady what?
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body. We have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory.
She doth well if she should make tender of her love. 'Tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man hath, you know, all hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
I love Benedict well, and I could modestly wish he'd examine himself to see how much unworthy he is so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her. That must your daughter, gentlewoman, carry. Let us send Beatrice to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of it from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love. Me. Why, it must be requited. I hear how I'm censured. They say I will act proudly if I hear the love come from her. Well, they say, too, she will rather die than give any sign of her affection. I must not seem proud. I did never think to marry. Happy are they that can hear their detractions and put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth. I can bear the witness. And virtuous, 'tis so I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me, for by my troth it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quips and scorns broken on me because I have railed so long against love, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth, he cannot endure in age. Shall quips and scorns and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humour? No! The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I would live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Sweet Beatrice! I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, signor. Fare you well.
Huh! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. That's as much as to say, any pains I take for you are as easy as thanks. If I do not pity her, I am a fool. If I do not love her, I'm a villain.
2, 5, 5. 2, 5, 1. In the sunshine, in the night, 2, 5.
Now, Margaret, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I name him, let it be thy part to praise more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, but only wounds by his aid. For look, where Beatrice like a lapwing goes by the ground to hear our conflict.
Let's begin.
But are you sure Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love! I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backwards. So turns she every man wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchases.
Sure, such carping is not
commendable, as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away with sighs.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No. Rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion.
Oh, Do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment. Having so swift and excellent a wit as she strives to have, to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
When are you married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow.
She's blind, I warrant you. We have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, loving goes by half. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Then I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt. Farewell, maiden prided Jew. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand, for others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better, reportingly.
By fire, by water, in sunshine, in the nighttime, by high ordeal, by common trial, in your merry, merry month of May, by very slow decay, and who shall I say is falling?
It is true. Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatever comes athwart his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honesty, my lord, but so cowardly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can at any unseasonable instant appoint her to unwittingly join me to vex Claudio.
What life isn't that to be the death of this marriage?
Poison of that lies in you to temper.
What proof shall I make of that?
There's proof enough to trick Claudio and to undo Hero.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this. I'll only be foul with Benedict for his company. But from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mine. He has twice and thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him.
Gallant! I'm not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That's what I warrant too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you that these hobby horses must not hear.
My life to break with Leonardo about them.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother. Good then, brother. God save you. If your leisure served, I would speak with you. In private, if it please you. Yet, Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him. What's the matter? Means your lordship to be married tomorrow? You know he does. I know not that. When he knows,
what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. And aim better at me. With that, I now will manifest. Why, what's the matter? I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, she's been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she? Renato's hero? Your hero? Every man's hero?
Disloyal? Disloyal?
Ah, the word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Oh, if you love her, then marry her tomorrow. But it better fits your honor to change your mind.
May this be so.
I'm your witness. And as I would for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her. Oh, day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague well prevented. Now, you have seen her true wickedness.
By brave ascent, by accident, who in solitude, who in this mirror, who by his lady's command, who by his own hand, who in mortal chains, who in power, who shall I say, who shall I say is calling?
Are you a good man and true?
Yay! Or else we're pity, but he should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for him. If he should have any allegiance in him being chosen for the prince's watch. Now, you should bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How, if he will not stand?
True, and you are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. There should be no noise on the streets for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and cannot be endured, eh?
I would rather sleep than talk. I know what belongs to a watch.
He speaks like a most ancient and quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend my friend. Take note that the bills be not stolen. Now, go to all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk, get them to bed.
How, if they will not?
Let them alone till they are sober. If they make you not, the better answer. You may say they're not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by the virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle and make off. You see, the more it's for your honesty.
You've always been called a merciful man, partner.
Well, I will not pack a dog by my will, let alone a man who hath any honesty in him.
'Tis very true.
Well, master. Hey, good night. And if there's any matter of weight chances, call up me, eh? And I warrant you. Now, keep your own counsel.
I have a charge. I go sit here on the church bench till 2 in the bed.
One more word. Honest neighbour. Now see, there being the wedding tomorrow at Señorato's door, No, there's going to be much coil tonight, boy. Now, adios. Be vigilant. I beseech you. Hey, which way?
That way.
Hey, Don John.
Peace. Stir not.
Master Don, I say. We've got them now.
Some treason, Skin.
About my wooing today of Margaret, the lady hero's gentlewoman, as I leant over her bride, the great prince and Claudio planted and placed and possessed. By side you, Master Don. They saw our amiable encounter afar off in the orchard.
I know that deformed, he has been a vile thief. Servant to that devil Don John. He goes up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Yeah, the prince and Claudio took Margaret for hero. Claudio was enraged, swearing he'll see her at the wedding, there before the congregation, shame her with what he saw, sending her home without a husband.
I charge you, in the prince's name, stand! Seriously, text me the right Master Constable. I'm here recovered the most dangerous piece of electric.
Master!
Never. Obey me, you coward.
I warned you. Come, I'll obey you.
By brave ascent, who by accident, who in solitude, who in this mirror, who by his lady's command, who by his own hand, who in mortal chains, who in power, and who shall I say is fallen?
What would you with me, honest neighbour?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence in you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it's a busy time with me.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
Now you see, good man Burgess, sir, speaks a little of the matter. A young man, sir, whose wits are not as blunt as God had desired they were, but in faith as honest as the skin between the man's brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living that is a young man, and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous, palabrous, neighbour Burgess.
Neighbour, you are tedious.
If it pleases your worship to say so. But for mine own puppy are the Duke's officers. If I were as tedious as a king, sir, I would bestow all of your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh? I would fain know what you have to say.
Sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, has taken a villain as arrant a knave as any in Messina.
A young man, sir, and he will be talking. You know, they say when the age is low, the wit is out. Now, God's a good man, sir. And when two men ride on a horse, now one must ride behind, eh? Now, in honest soul, sir, by my troth he is, eh? Now, have you ever broke bread? Now you see. Indeed. God is a good man, and God needs to be worshipped, and all men, you see, are not alike. Alas, honest neighbour.
Indeed, neighbour, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave.
No, one more word, sir, one more word. You see, the watch has comprehended an auspicious person. Now, they will sort of examine him this afternoon before your worship.
Take his examination yourself and bring him me. I am now in great haste as it may appear unto you.
It is suffragant.
And drink some wine. There you go. Do. Very well.
Honest neighbor, now, we are to examination this man.
And we must do it wisely.
Yes, my dear. We shall leave no wit, I warrant you, eh? Yes, sir. Drive him. Oh. Do an outcome. Now get the learned writer to set down the excommunication and meet me at the jail.
It is that way.
Come on, neighbor, come. Meet me at the jail. Come.
When the night comes on, it's very calm. I wanted the night to go on and on, but she said, go back to the world.
Friar Francis, be brief, only to the plain form of marriage, and you can recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No, to be married to her. Right. You come to marry her.
Oh, goodness. Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Oh, what men dare do. What men may do. What men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now, interjections?
Stand by thee, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpose this rich and precious gift?
Nothing. Unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Oh, behold how like a maid she blushes here. Or would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were not a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
My lord well, that he doth speak so wise.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity?
No, Leonardo, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
Seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on these seeming, I will write against it. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as the bud, ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood, than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Oh, God defend me! How am I beset? What kind of accusation call you this?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored. Going about to lick my dear friend to come and stand.
Oh, are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken. And these things are true.
True? Oh, God!
This looks not like a nuptial.
What man was with you yesterday afternoon? Riding on your bikes betwixt 12 and 1. Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man on any bike at that hour, my lord.
Why then are you no maid? Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this great count did see her, hear her, yesterday, mixed with the ruffian on your bicycle. Who hath most like a great counselor seen and grievance counselor thousand times in secret. Fie, my lord. These words are not to be named, not to be spoken of. Thus, pretty lady, I'm sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Any man's dagger here a point for me. Oh, yes.
How now, here? Wherefore seek you down?
Come, let us go.
These things just come to light.
Smother her spirits up. How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help! Help! Friar, uncle, help!
Oh, have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why, does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is written in her blood? Do not live here. Do not open thine eyes. Grieved I had but one. Should I that at frugal nature's frame? Oh, one too much by thee. Why had I one? Why ever was thou lovely in my sight? Why did I not with charitable hands took up a beggar's issue at my gate and smirched it thus admired with infamy? I might have said, no part of this is mine. This shame derived itself from unknown loins, but mine I love, mine I praise, mine I was proud of, mine so much that I myself would to myself not mine, valuing of her, she has fallen into a pit of ink that the wide sea has dropped to you to wash her clean again, and salt too little which may season give to her foul tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I'm so attired in wonder I know not what to think.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Would that two princes fly? Would Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness, washed it with tears.
Hear me.
Let her alone. Leave her be.
Hear me a little. For I've only been silent so long and given unto discourse of fortune by noting of the lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames that angel whiteness beat away those blushes. And in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my age, my learning, my reverence, nor my divinity. If the sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. For thou the grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it. Why seekest thou then to cover with excuse that which appears in proper nakedness?
Oh, lady, what man is he that you are accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. My father, prove you that any man converse death at hours unmeet, or that I, yesterday, maintained the change of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in the princess.
Two of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose wisdoms toil in frame of villainy.
Not. I know not. But if they speak the truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honour, the proudest of them will be well hear of it.
Bourgeois, let my counsel prove you in this case. Your daughter here, the princess, left for dead. Let her be secretly kept in a while and publish it she is dead indeed. Hang mournful epitaphs and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What'll this do?
She, dying as it must be so maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall learn she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit, more moving, delicate, and full of life into the iron prospect of his soul than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused her, no, though he thought his accusation true. The supposition of her death shall quench the wonder of her infamy.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you. For my part, although my inwardness and love is very much unto the prince's, I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I throw in grief, the smallest twine shall lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores, strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady, come, die to live this wedding day. Perhaps is but prolonged. Perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Now I look for her always, I'm lost in this cord, tied to the threads of some thread. When will she summon me? When will she call? What must I do to prepare? When she bends to my longing like a willow, like a fountain, she stands in a luminous air. Then the night comes on, it's very calm. I lie in her arms, she says, when I'm gone I'll be yours.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing, I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, yet believe me not. And yet I lie not, I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, you love me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it you love me and make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your words?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why then, God, forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Ha! Not for the wide world.
Kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Don't tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone though I am here. There is no love in you. I pray you let me go.
Beatrice!
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Talk with a man on a bicycle. A proper saying. Sweet hero, she is slandered, she is scorned, she is undone.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Princes and counties surely are princely testimony. A goodly count, Count Comfect. A sweet gallant surely. But manhood is milk.
Lady Beatrice, by this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than by swearing by it.
Think you in your heart that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a heart.
Enough. I am engaged. By this hand, I will confront him. I will kiss you, and so farewell. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin, or I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
My fire, who my water, who in the sunshine, who in the nighttime, who by high ordeal, who by common trial, who in your merry, merry month of May.
If a whole assembly appeared,
A cushion for the master constable.
nay, and for me, partner. Now, we have an examination to be examined. Where is the pin? Let him come hither.
Yea, marry, let him come forward before the master constable.
What is your name, friend?
Horatio.
Right down, Baraccio. Now, master, do you serve God?
Yes, sir, I hope.
Right down, he hopes he serves God. Now, master, it is proved already that you are little better than a false knave, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. Now, how answer you for yourself, eh?
Sir, I say to you, I am none.
A marvelous witty fella, I assure you. But I will go about with him. Come hither. A word in your ears, sir. It is taught that you are nothing but a false knave.
Sir, I say to you, I am none.
I am none. Well, stand aside for God. Right down that he is none.
Master constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that is his accuser.
It is the aftest way, eh? Jesus, my lord, your cap. It is the aftest way. Now, bring forth the watch. Master, in the prince's name. Justice man.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Eh? The his brother a villain? Now that is not perjury, eh? Ah.
Master Constable.
My dear man, I did not like thy look. Ah. I promise.
What heard ye him say else?
That Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly, and to not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned to everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let this man be found and brought to Leonardo. I will go before and show Leonardo his examination.
Let it be opinion.
Let him be in the hands.
Off, coxcomb! Ah! God's my life! Write down the officer coxcomb! Are you naughty varlet?
Hey, you are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Eh? Dost thou not suspect my years? He were here to write me down an ass, but masters, remember that I am an ass. It may not be written down that I am an ass, but yet not forget not that I am an ass. Oh, villain, thou art full of piety, eh? But it will be proved upon these witnesses that I am but a wise fellow, which is more an officer, and which is more a householder, and which is more a piece of flesh. Okay, let me see, and who knows the law? Away with them. Oh! And may it be written down that I am but here.
By brave ascent, by accident, who in solitude, who in this mirror.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And it is not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give me not counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ears, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her was overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Measure his woes, the length and breadth of mine, as thus for thus, and such a grief for such, in every lineament, branch, shape, and form. If such a one would smile, stroke his beard, bid sorrow wag, cry, ah, when he should groan, then patch grief with proverbs, make misfortune drunk with candle wasters. Bring him yet to me, and I of him will gather patience. But There is no such man. But brother, men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel. But tasting it, their counsel turns to passion, which before would give preceptial medicine to rage, better strong madness in a silken thread, charm ache with air, and agony with words. Oh no, 'tis all men's office to speak patience to those that wring under a load of sorrow, but no men's virtue nor sufficiency to be so moral when they shall endure the like themselves. Therefore, give me thy counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Well, therein do men from children nothing
I
differ.
pray thee, peace! I will be flesh and blood. There was never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently. However they have writ the style of gods and made a push at chance and suffering.
Yet, bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make them that do offend you suffer too.
There, thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me that hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonour her. God.
Oh, here come the prince and Claudio, hastily.
Good den, good den. Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
Where's some haste, Leonardo?
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Why so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Hey, do not quarrel with us, good old man. If he could right himself with quarrelling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Marry, beshrew my hand. If it should give your age such cause of fear and faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man. Never fleer and jest at me. I speak not like a dotard, nor a fool as under privilege of age to brag what I have done being young, or what would do were I not old. I say, thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander has gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors, or in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
Say not right, old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killest me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of them. And men indeed. But 'tis no matter. Let him kill one first. Win me and wear me. Let him answer me. Come. Follow me, boy. Come. Sir, boy. Come. Follow me, sir, boy. I'll whip you from your fighting fence. Nay, as a gentleman, I will. Content yourself. God knows I love my niece. And she is dead. Slandered to death by villains. That dare as well answer a man indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, brats, jacks, milksops, brother, content yourself. What names know them, yeah, and what they weigh, even to the utmost scruple. scrambling, out-facing, faction-monging boys that lie cold and flout, deprave and slander.
But, Brother Anthony,
It's no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this. Gentlemen both, I will not awake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death. But upon mine honour, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
my lord! My lord!
I will not hear you.
No? Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall. For some of us will smile. You see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Senior, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You almost come to part, almost afraid.
We'd like to have had our two noses snapped off by two old men without teeth.
Good day, my lord. You know my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard hath fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. So my lord Lackbeard here, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He's in earnest. And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Officers, what offence has this man done?
Marry, sir, he has committed false reports. Moreover, he has spoken untruths. Secondarily, he is slanders. And sixth, he has belied the lady. Now, third and lastly, he has verified unjust things. Oh, yes, and to conclude, he is a false knave.
Master, what offences have you done? That you are thus, this cunning, learned constable?
Master, I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, this shallow fool hath brought to light. You overheard me confessing to Don John, your brother, how he incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garment. How you should marry her when you disgraced her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusations. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Speech like iron through your blood.
I've drunk poison while he uttered it.
What did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He's composed and framed of treachery, and fled is upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come bring away the plaintiffs. By this time the watch has reformed Signor Leonardo of the matter. Our masters, do not forget when time and space is specified. That I am an ass, eh?
Here comes Master Signor Leonardo and his brother Signor Antonio.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes.
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed my innocent child?
Yes, even I alone.
Not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honourable men, A third is fled who had a hand in it. I thank you, Princess, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deed. 'Twas bravely done if you did think you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose to me what penance your infection can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul nor eye, and yet to satisfy this good old man, I'll bend under any heavy weight that he'll enjoy me.
I cannot bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labour aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew, my brother. As a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead. She alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right we should have given her cousin. And so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow morning, then, I'll expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man must face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong. Hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not. Nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, but hath been always just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which is not under white and black, but displayed to the offender, did call me ass, and I beseech you made me remember his punishment. Oh, and what? Did hear him talk to a deformed, and he said he wore a keen one, yeah, and a lock hanging by it. And in God's name, my lord, he borrows money that he hard kept for so long, and never paid them, and men grow heavy-hearted, and for God's sake, they will make nothing. I request thee to examine him upon that point, eh?
I thank thee for thy care and honest pain.
You are a most thoughtful and young reverend. And I do thank God for your praises, my lord. Praise God. Praise.
There's for thy pain.
Oh. God set the foundation, eh?
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an arid name with your worship. I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. Now, God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. Now, God will restore your worship to health. And, now let me see. Come, neighbor, come.
Until tomorrow morning, Lord, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We were not fair.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
sits above and knows me. And knows me? How pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander the good swimmer, Troilus the first employer of pandas, and a whole book full of these quondam carpet mongers whose names yet run smoothly in the even road of a blank verse. Why, they were never so turned over and over in love as my poor self. Marry! I cannot figure it out in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn. A hard rhyme. For school, fool. A babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor was I made to woo in festival terms. My lady Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Oh, yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then it's spoken, fare you well. But ere I go, let me go with that which I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. So I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my suit, and I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. Now tell me, for which of my bad parts did you first suffer love for me?
For all of them together, which maintain so politic a state of evil, they would not allow any good part to intermingle with them. But I pray thee, for which of my good parts did thou first suffer love for me?
Suffer love! A good epithet.
Thank you.
I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Poor heart. If you spite it for me, I will spite it for you. For I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. But I must ask thee plainly, how does thy cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend.
A message from Margaret. My lady, you must come at once yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady here hath been wrongfully accused. The prince and Count Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all who is fled and gone. Will you go hear this news, signor?
I will live in your heart, die in your lap, and be buried in your eyes. And more upon I will go with thee to thine uncle.
Shrine of Leonardo?
Yes, my lord.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death in guerdon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I am dumb. Now music sound and sing your solemn hymn.
Ardent goddess of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the witch with songs of woe, round about her tomb they go. Midnight, assist our moan, help us to sigh and groan. Heavily, early. And who shall I say is calling?
Tell you, she was innocent.
So the Prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated, but Margaret was at some fault in all of this, although against her judgment, as it appears from the true course of all the questions.
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith enforced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you, gentlewomen all, retire into a chamber by yourself, and when I call for you, come hither, masked. The Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. Well, brother, you know your office. You must be father to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do, with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
Do what, senor?
For you to bind me, or undo me, one of them. Truth it is, Signor Leonardo, your niece regards me with an eye of favour.
That eye, my daughter lent her.
And,
It's very true.
yes, and I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me and Claudio and the Prince, but what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will is your goodwill may stand without this day to be conjoined in a state of honourable marriage.
Your will is to my liking. And my help too. Here come the Prince and Claudio.
Tomorrow to this fair assembly.
Tomorrow, Prince. Tomorrow, Claudio, we here attend you. Are you yet determined this day to be married to my brother's daughter? Call her forth, brother. Here's the friar ready.
Sometimes when the night is slow, the precious and the weak, we gather up our hearts and go. Thousand kisses deep.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she. And I do give you her.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No! Not until you've taken her hand before this friar and sworn to marry her.
Give me your hand before this holy friar. I'm your husband if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certain. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am amazed.
Former hero? Hero that is dead?
She died, my lord, but while her slander lived. All this amazement can I qualify when after the holy rites are ended. I'll tell you largely of the hero's death. Till then, let wonders seem familiar, and let us to this wedding presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
Oh, I answered to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
No. No more than reason.
Why then your uncle and the Prince and Claudio were much to sweep. They swore you did.
Do you not love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why then my cousin Hero and Margaret are much deceived, for they swore you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
Oh.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin. I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here is a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet of thy own pure frame fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written my cousin's own hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection
A miracle! Here's our hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee for pity.
Oh, well, I would not deny you. But let it be known I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I heard you were in a consumption.
Peace! I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince. A whole college of wit-crackers cannot flout me out of my humour. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No! If a man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing that the world can say to any purpose to the contrary. And therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it, for man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Claudio, for thy part, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that we are wont to be kinsmen, live unbruised and love my cousin.
I had well hoped thou wouldst have denied, Beatrice, that I might have cajoled thee out of thy single life, to make thee a double dealing, which out of the question thou wilt be, if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly to thee.
Peace, we'll be friends. Let's have a dance ere we're married, that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
First, on my word, therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife. There's no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn.
Lord, your brother John has been taken in flight and has been brought with one man back to Messina.
Yeah. Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, strings!
People who dance to my music, people who dance. People who dance to my music don't just move their feet. They dance in their mind whenever they find words which move them with rhythm and rhyme. With a head for the target, a sharper line. By the feathers of the ancestors trailing behind, on the arrow of consciousness passing through time. Happy for warriors descended, climb down the line. People who dance to my music don't just move their feet. Into that night when sleep runs away from anxieties of fight. They take up the bow and put the arrow in flight. Love to guide, target in sight. They summon the courage to take up the flight, to align their eye to the trembling light of the night.